Welcome back to the channel, Put Sage on It Barbecue. As always, I am Sage. You're riding with me in the car here. Thanks for joining me. I know it's been a while. I apologize. It's been probably a couple months since I posted anything. In my defense, October is kind of like my Christmas, Halloween specifically, but I plan stuff all month long. So nothing must interfere with the Halloween festivities. But I'm back. And I'm just going to kind of do a little video to get back on the horse tonight. Got to cook dinner anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, again, you're in the car with me. I'm doing a little house sitting tonight. So, tonight I'm going to do something that I'm going to be doing on a larger scale here within the next couple months for a catering job. Somebody asked for some pulled chicken, some garlic and herb potatoes, some roasted vegetables. So again, I'll be catering that kind of a meal for about 135 people for a wedding. So we're just going to do a little small scale dinner test tonight. Just see how I like everything. And again, I may change the strategy a little bit. I may change the recipe a little bit, but we're going to use what we got and do what we can, like we always do. I've had an interesting couple of months here. I went to California there a couple months ago, and a waiter came up to the table and he said, "Oh my gosh, man, do you know who you look like?" And I said, "Who?" I said, "Like that Walking Dead guy." I get that a lot. What is it, Rick Grimes? I get that one. So I was like, "Rick Grimes, the guy," and he goes, "No, Matthew McConaughey." And he said, "You kind of sound like him too." So I'm floored, right? It's the first time I ever heard that one. So yeah, I was riding high that day. So fast forward to the last 2 days, I was at work yesterday, and this patient says, this lady, first time I'd met her, she said, "You know who you look like?" I said, "I don't know. I get a few things." "What do you think?" She said, "You look like Matthew McConaughey." And I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Are you serious?" Like, this has happened twice now. So now I'm like, wow, that's crazy. The following day, today, a third patient, a completely different individual, said, "Do you know who you look like?" And I said, "Let me have it." She said, "You look like Matthew McConaughey." And by this point, I was like, all right. So I was starting to feel it. So now I'm just kind of riding around. I mean, I've got to face the facts that I look like Matthew McConaughey. It's my cross to bear. I mean, somebody's got to do it. Matter of fact, two people got to do it, Matthew and me. So I'm going to start, when I start cooking, I'm going to start thinking like McConaughey. All right. So we're just going to kind of lay back and cook this chicken. We're going to take our time with it, all right? No rush. We got time. We're just going to hang back and let that chicken get nice and juicy. I'll work on that, by the way. But anyway, now that I've embarrassed myself enough, I want to get to the house here and we're going to get cooking. But thanks for joining me for McConaughey's pulled chicken tonight. If I don't rear end this car. Stay with me. All right, everybody. Again, thanks for joining me. I'm back at the house here. So, no messing around. I'm going to get right to this. This is for dinner, so it's already like 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30. So we're going to make this chicken. I'm going to show you what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. We're going to do it quick and dirty, but it's going to be delicious. So hang with me. Okay, guys. So if you hear a little background noise, it is election night. We got to respect that. So my son's keeping a little eye on the results coming in. I know my dad is. I bet he's camped out in the armchair. He's probably got a coffee catheter going. He's not getting up for nothing. I love you, Dad. So I want to say shout out to my son Brant, his friend Jesse, and some of those kids he's moved up with. Your kids grow up, and man, they really showed me some love when I went up and visited there a couple weekends ago, and they were talking about the channel, and that's just really warmed my heart and meant a lot to me. So this one goes out to you guys. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our chicken. We've just got some good old dark meat skin on chicken thighs. I'm going to take a knife. Again, I'm going to keep this real simple. Any old days, you could still do it, but a lot of barbecuers would take this skin off and kind of shave the fat down off the underside of it, thin it out, and put the skin back on to help get that skin crisp. One other little trick you can do to save yourself some time, instead of doing that, just get a sharp knife. I'm not sure how sharp this is, but it might do the trick. Actually, it's not doing the trick. Let me grab another knife that's maybe sharper. And we'll try this again. You need something with a point. All right, let's try this one. There we go. So we're just cutting some slits in the top of that skin. That's all you're doing is puncturing it. You want to go crazy. That'll allow that heat to penetrate up underneath the skin without having to peel it off and lay it back on and it kind of falling off. That way it's still kind of good and adhered, but you're still getting heat on the underside to cook down that layer of fat to make your skin a little crispier. Fair enough. So again, I try to keep a dry hand, a wet hand, or a dirty hand, you know what I'm saying? Contamination control. So again, keeping it real simple, I'm just going to, almost forgot. Sometimes you'll do that. I'm going to grab a paper towel here, and I'm going to pat my chicken dry. Other hand, yes. I'm going to pat my chicken. Pat your chicken. You can sing it. Don't be afraid to sing it. Just pat your chicken dry. So we'll flip these over. Again, we don't have to make a big to-do about it. This is quick and dirty dinner, smoked, pulled McConaughey chicken. Lord, I'm struggling with one hand. It was the one-armed man. Okay, anyway. Back to the cooking of the chicken. Just give it a little pat. You just want to pat it, right? Just give it just a little bit of a pat. Okay, that's not too good. I really need to work out this McConaughey accent. Bear with me, folks. Now that you've patted it, you may apply your seasoning. Liberally, they say. But you can kind of do however much you want. We're not adding any extra salt other than what is already contained in this rub. So going a little heavy is okay. Because again, that's where food gets kind of off the rails a lot of times, is an imbalancing of seasoning. Too much. Food gets real salty. Or too anything. Food can be too garlicky. You know, you've had it. You've had chicken lemon before, I'm sure. A super lemony chicken. So, we're just going to hit it like that. Not sweat it at all. So that's essentially it for the chicken, believe it or not. I want to put that on the smoker. Now, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but this isn't a hard and fast roll, okay? I just want to be clear about that. It's all about what you want to do. Chicken doesn't benefit from low and slow. Now, can you cook it low and slow? Yeah. Will it be delicious? Yeah. Will the skin be chewy? More than likely. Higher heat is what crisps that, the skin, makes it crispy. So I've actually got smoker running 400. We're basically not even smoking. We are. It's gonna get hit with some smoke, but I'm getting this done for dinner, so it's gonna have just a light smoke flavor. It's gonna be cooked in hopefully about an hour tops, done, top to bottom. And again, we'll get that kind of crispy bite through skin. That's delicious, and you don't have to worry about cooking again higher heat, particularly with dark meat. Dark meat can handle that better. You cook dark meat to a higher temperature. We want this to actually be, I like it about 190, not 180. 190, it'll be even more tender. So I'm gonna get this on the smoker, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Check it out. All right, we're outside, and I apologize. This is a lighting nightmare. There is no light out here. I just literally brought a flashlight, but I put it on here. I am gonna put a little can of water in here. I haven't done that yet, but just know that's happening. But yep, just stuck it on there. It's still heating up, but I'm going to get it up here at about 400, hopefully, or close, 350. There's going to be another little pan of chicken here. Just don't pay attention to that, or maybe up there. We'll see where I can fit it. My son had some teriyaki chicken that he's just got to cook today, so I want to throw that on there as well. But let's get it started. Okay, guys, I apologize. This is going to be a completely different strategy. Apparently, in my haste, I left my potatoes at home. I had those little Yukon Gold potatoes, So, it is what it is, and we are where we are. And that's another thing I always preach on this channel is improvise. Sometimes you got to, and that's okay when you got to. Life don't always go according to your plan. But that said, I did find some canned potatoes that are diced up. Again, this is cuts definitely smaller than what I was planning on doing. I was going to use those little, Yukon Gold about that big around, cut in half, which obviously would bake slower. I was going to boil them just to soften the outside. Now these I don't want to. These are canned. They're already a little soft. They're not like a solid, hard potato that's, just more fresh. Of course, this has preservatives. It's been sitting in its preservative water. So I am going to just try to pat it dry. There's a lot of fluid there. Like, I don't expect to get it all soaked up per se. But anytime you do this, it'll help you get your potatoes a little crispier, which is what I'd like to do. So just going to do this. Again, I got a couple cans of these. I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, so I got that done. And you remember these old bowls from, 1977, these Tupperware bowls. Essentially what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a plate on top of this. I'm going to beat those potatoes up a little bit. I just want them to get a little bit of a rough edge about them. When it comes to crispy potatoes, that also helps. Again, I'm not trying to mash them or anything. Just roughen them up a little. Give it some shakes. There we go. We started to make a little porridge, so it's a good thing we stopped. So we'll leave it at that, at least for that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little bit, you know, garlic and herb seasoning. You can pick different ones out at the store, but this is what we got here. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that in. Don't have to use a ton of it. Okay. I'm going to lay that down on a baking sheet. I'll be right back with you. Sorry I moved that out of frame there, but that's essentially what we're looking at. All right. I just spread those out evenly. That's what you want to get. Don't pile them on top of each other. Get a big enough pan to where you can spread it out. Again, got a little garlic and herb you can smell there. Now let's look at our vegetables. All right, no fuss. Just some California vegetables. Let's see here, with cracked pepper, it says. So this has broccoli, squash, carrots, cauliflower. So let's see. It's got a little spices to it. It says it's got some celery spice on it. If I can get this. I do have a knife here. Probably could use that. But we got it. So we're just going to open these veggies up here and lay them out there. And again, let me grab a glove here. But you can see that those look very good. So we're just going to spread them out. I don't know what I've done with my gloves. Lord, there they are. So I'm walking around the kitchen. Good thing I got some audio going here. So again, I've got the oven on 425. These won't take no time, especially, you know, these are small, just little pieces here. Now that our potatoes are small little pieces, I'll have to keep a close eye on these. Again, these have a little seasoning to them. But let's see if I can find something just to add to it. And I don't know that I will or that I really want to. But, you know, the channel is about experimenting a little bit. All right, so after I've thought about it, I think I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of salt, believe it or not. Just salt. So I'm just going to grab some table salt here. I'm going to salt our vegetables. I'll probably use a little olive oil, but I'll probably wait till after, and I'll tell you why here in just a bit. So the potatoes are now going in the oven. It may be 30 minutes. So hopefully everything wraps up about the same time. So I'll check back with you. Okay, so these have been cooking. This was Bryce's chicken, and I'll just tell you, it overcooked. I mean, I checked it. I put it on a top rack in there. It did not turn out. You're looking at the difference between dark meat, shielded with skin, and breast meat, and trying to cook those together in different sizes. And as you can see, these are kind of slender, small pieces. So that's out. But again, that's not our main attraction or main focus for this video anyway. I hate that happened, but it just did. It cooked much faster than what I thought. By the time I checked it, it was like, oh boy. But our other chicken is fine. These have been in here, about 15 minutes. Boy, that steamed the camera up. as you can see. So I don't want to overcook these. So what I might do is just hit it with some broil now. So I'm going to put this on broil for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. See what it looks like. Okay, guys, I went ahead and pulled these vegetables. Because, you know, they're as soft as I want them to be. I don't want to just cook them to death. But, you know, this is roasted vegetables, I did say. So, get a little butane torch. Don't be afraid to use some ingenuity there. Let's take some butane. Oh, wow. You guys seeing this? I might move this into the other light now that I'm dropping everything, just so you can see a little bit better. I bet that's hot. It is. It's hot. Alright, so hang tight. I'm just going to bring you right with me. I'm not even going to cut the feed. We'll do this POV style, as they say. So I'll bring this back over here. Get that lighting a little better. Really get you down on that angle so you can see what's going on here. So you see, we'll turn this butane on. And you can see the color. See the color change on these vegetables almost instantly. You can do as little or as much as you want. Just get that beautiful blackened torch flavor as well as the look. I'm going to tell you that added char does add flavor, and it is delicious. So that's about it for that. I'm going to check on my potatoes. We should be just about done with the chicken too. Alright, so we did get this chicken done, as you can see. We're about 183. So again, that's dark meat. Looks really good. Could have went to 190, but we got some smaller pieces that I guarantee are 190. So averaged out, I'd say we're okay. So I'm going to let that rest, 15-20 minutes. Then pull it or eat it just like this. But I'll probably at least pull a piece or two. Again, for the principle and the purposes of the video. So our potatoes are still cooking. Sorry, somebody was calling me and I was like, what? It says spam. So I've got the, again, it's going to frost up on me here. There we go. Not frost up, heat up on me. But I got the broil going there just to cook those a little bit. So as soon as those are done, we'll be ready to eat. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. We're getting hungry over here. These are getting there. Just kind of warming the vegetables up a little bit because they've been hanging and waiting. The chicken is done. So, I'm going to get out the old torch. Wow. I put these on the broiler. And that was getting the job done. But, you know how it is when you're just hungry. And you're impatient. And you just want a little faster result. So, you can be an artiste. Again, just kind of go over it to your liking. But these will for sure help you to get there, give you a little bit more color, a little presentation ability. Okay. Looking good. And I'll tell you, I got this aluminum foil that I use here. It says non-stick. Not 100% non-stick, but it's enough where you can get it loose, as you can see. Just do a little pulling. You can break that loose. You can give it a stir. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I've been in worse situations, for sure. So, I'm just kind of flipping that over so I can see the other side, just see if I want to touch it off there. But they look pretty good. They look fairly well. You could go back over top of it with a little of your seasoning if you just want to garnish it a little. And again, this is not the route I was going to take. It was going to be fresh potatoes. And when I cater, I'll also have uncooked vegetables. As in whole, you know, by store in the produce section. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes, and that's where we're at. All right, so let's around, and you can see these potatoes. And again, that's just that seasoning. And we just put a little brown tip to it there. Again, broiled. Okay. Our chicken is absolutely gorgeous. So the chicken definitely is the star here. So it temped right. Everything worked out with it. Bryce's poor chicken was a casualty of barbecue war. And again, these are two different cuts of meat. This is dark meat. This is white meat. These are a little bigger. These are just kind of smaller cutlets. And trying to cook these on 400 degrees. And I couldn't find a water bottle because normally I was wanting to spray these and I couldn't find my water bottle. These have a built-in fat layer for protection from heat. These do not. So you see, 400 degrees was not good for these. And I kind of knew that. Just trying to cook them at the same time. Trying to see if I could somehow meet it somehow in the middle to where it wasn't awful, but that did not turn out. This did, using my method. So, I'm going to pull these out of here. Be with you in just a second. Okay, so there's our vegetables. Everything is done. The last thing I'm going to do, everything is steaming. Again, I'll warm those up a little bit, but you can see, let me switch this camera around just a second. Again, you can see where we charred those as well. Right? Just a little. So our last step in this dinner, just a little olive oil. Just going to drizzle a little. Just for a little flavor. And a little shine, I tell you. Starts to bring the color out. Boy, that makes a difference. Really does. So, This was quite a cook. Again, sometimes some things go right. Some things you have to improvise. Some things go wrong. But again, this is just a quick dinner video. But again, shout out to my son Brant and his wonderful friends. And I hope to come and cook for you all soon up there in the Cincinnati area. So one more look at these vegetables. You can see here. Again, you see the olive oil brought out some color there. And our potatoes we're going to have here. And of course, our chicken. So that's about ready to pull. Next thing I'll do is try a bite, but I'm going to make my son a plate. He is starving. So I'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, guys. I'll be honest, I don't want to pull all this. I love intact chicken. I'm not a huge pulled chicken fan. Pulled pork more so. But we're just going to take one piece of this and just kind of dig into it here. Look how moist, look how juicy that is. Boy, I hope you can see that. How beautiful that looks. Wow. That's beautiful. The skin is just beautiful color. It's hot. It's real hot. I'll tell you that right now. You know, it didn't rest as much as I, again, would have liked. But, again, it's dinner time. It's already 7:30. But beautifully cooked. Beautifully cooked. Now, you can leave these bits of skin in if you do pulled chicken. I do. I love skin. Some people aren't a fan. To each their own. You can mince this as much as you want. For pulled chicken sandwiches, pulled chicken tacos, pulled chicken tater tots. Okay, I'm just making stuff up now. But you get the point. You can shred your chicken till the end of time. Boy, it is so tender. And I hope that's relaying through this camera. And again, you can put your skin, mix it in, take it out. Whatever makes you happy. Okay. I like the skin, like I said. So I'm probably just going to eat this skin. But, so you can see there what it's looking like. Smoked chicken. Again, it was a short smoke. I mean, this was done, think about that, guys, and it was done in an hour. Done in an hour. Dinner served. It's election night. God bless USA. God bless you and your right to vote, no matter whom that is for. So let's just take a bite of chicken here. Boy, look. That is literally that moist. You can see that. That is exactly how it is. Wow. And that's cooking at 400 degrees. Like butter. Man, oh man. That's delicious. It is so good. So tender. You would not believe. You wouldn't believe I cooked at 400 degrees. And again, me personally, I love that skin. Mm, that skin is good. Bon appetit. Wonderfully seasoned. I'm probably just going to stand here and eat this whole piece of chicken. I'll tell you what, I'm hungry. It really is good. I'm very, very pleased with how it turned out. And again, sorry it's been a while. Thank you for joining me again. I'm just trying to get back on the horse again after the holidays, before the holidays ramp up again. So this weekend, I am cooking a brisket. Win, lose, draw, somehow, some way. So join me soon. Put sage on it, barbecue. Thank you.